welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Marshall Mudo and this is The Public Opinion. A lot has been happening in the country. Let's go to the streets and find out what the citizens and residents of so-called Wanabunge think of what has been going on and a few issues that are emerging political-wise. Now, what do Kenyans think of the newly proposed Azimio la Umoja movement? Is it something? Let's find out.
Baba bringing this Azimio la Umoja as a movement, we are being told it has been secured as they secured the name. I'll raise my voice as we go on, and I know so well. They went and secured the name with the register of political parties. They call it a movement, but maybe they can make it to be something bigger than a movement. So it was a great idea from Baba, because Baba has realized one thing. For anyone to win the next general election, you must form the greatest, maybe, coalition. In fact, the person who is going to win this election will be someone who can make the most elaborate coalition. So it's a great idea from Baba, and I think if he works maybe consistently and form maybe a bigger coalition or movement, then this can give him maybe a better chance to clinch that kind of position.
The Azimio la Umoja, that one is a dead on arrival, because in the first place we saw them telling us how they are going to even to fill the Kasarani Stadium, and the outcome was so pathetic because they had only imported people from Nyanza, Mbita, and so on. But they left the resident of Nairobi where they were hosting. Now you see, that one is already shows how the Azimio la Umoja has missed the point. And trust you me, if you don't have the number, let them not lie to themselves, that even lying to Kenyans that Azimio la Umoja. We know it as Azimio la Mawe, because after having gone to Kasarani, what you could have witnessed is people being robbed. They were pickpocketing people within the highway of super highway at Thika Road. So that one tells us even the first day of impression, it was very poor. And I don't think Kenyans, as we speak, they are ready for Azimio la Mawe. No, that Azimio la Umoja, because there is nothing like Umoja. Where was Kalonzo Musyoka? Where was Wetangula? Where was Mwana wa Mulembe, Mudavadi? Where were they? If it's something to bring people together, then we could have seen all those people joining together, including the deputy president, because he is the second in command. And this thing they call the Azimio la Mawe, because it is Azimio la Mawe, not Umoja. It was all to be inclusive, you know. Hey, they bring people together from all divide. Unaona? Lakini si mtuambia ati umoja, lakini there are other people. And you could hear the rubbish they were giving up. Even no one who was interested to do with that, in fact.
Azimio la Umoja movement is the next big thing in the political arena. The reason why I see this is because Raila has said that he is going to use to form a coalition like the NAC that was formed in 2002. And when you look at the history of Raila Amolo Odinga, he is very strategic in forming coalitions, beginning from 1997. 2002 he came with the NAC. 2007 he came with the Musalia, Kalonzo, Ome, Pentagon. Yes, the mighty Pentagon. 2013 still he was with Kalonzo. He was with the Yes, he was with Kalonzo, and he has like the numbers. And I believe that he has what it takes to form a very strong coalition that that can be able to win come 2022.
You know, as Kenya, venye Kenya ni nchi iliyo na demokrasia, tangu mwaka wa 92 wakati vyama mingi zilikreatiwa, ilikuwa ni vigumu sana mwanasiasa ule anang'ang'ania uongozi ya nchi kupata umaarufu akiwa peke yake. Alafu cha pili, naye kiongozi yoyote ule atakayechaguliwa pale, ni vizuri awe na muungano ya hizi mavyama, sababu hizi mavyama ni zile mavyama zinatoka katika eneo mbalimbali ya nchi. Sasa kwa ule kiongozi mwenye ako na manufaa ya nchi yote, sio kwake peke yake ama mahali anatoka, hakuna njia nyingine anaweza fanya ilhali tu kuungana na hizo vyama zingine wakuje pamoja naye, au pia walete negotiation yao. Akichukua uongozi, au pia wanaweza pata shares zako kutokana na ile vyama venye walikuja, sababu uongozi huwezi ukaifanya na region yako peke yako. Uongozi ni nchi mzima, na ukiwa na chama lazima uungane na vyama zingine, sababu hata zile hizo vyama mahali zinatoka, pia kuna wale wananchi wale wanataka usaidizi kutoka kwa serikali.
Mount Kenya billionaire recently endorsed Raila Amolo Odinga. What do they bring to his camp? Votes, money, influence, or all of them? What do you think?
Who are these Mount Kenya Foundation? Mount Kenya Foundation, you know that they are billionaires, basically from Mount Kenya region. And I will tell you this, the one who feeds you controls you. They don't have votes. What they have is just financial muscles. They are able to finance the campaigns of in 2013 and 2017. They were the people who are financing the campaign for Uhuru and Ruto. I remember Asara Narambi lunch they did, and everyone was able to, for a plate of food, it was going for like 5 million. Within 2 hours, they had been able to contribute 50 billion. I hope this is what they want to do for Raila Amolo Odinga. You see, Raila is not someone who is very generous in terms of finance. He has money, but he is not so good in. He's not on that side. He's not so. But I know in politics you don't use your money to campaign, especially for the seat of president. If they are going to finance his campaign, I tell you that would give Baba some mileage politically, in central, in every part of the country, because he will be able to move and campaign and sell his agenda to the people of Kenya.
To be honest, endorsement by the Mount Kenya Foundation, as they call themselves, can only bring maybe money to the table to assist Baba in maybe his campaign. We understand these campaigns are going to be very expensive this time around. So the endorsement will come maybe with monetary kind of maybe advantage. And if at all they can finance Baba's campaign, that might help him. But with votes, it's still tricky. I need to be frank with you. Baba does not have the kind of votes or following or support that we can talk about from Mount Kenya. It's still an uphill task, and Baba has to really work extra hard to win maybe some ground or support or votes from Mount Kenya. So the endorsement, to me, it's a plus, but does not come with much votes that we can talk about.
Let me tell you, the first question you could have asked yourself, how many votes do those funny people calling themselves billionaire have? Let me tell you, even if you go to a certain market, there is that mad person and he has got followers, So telling us that a group of 5 people can endorse one person who is supposed to be moving across the country to go and gain more than 8 million to 9 million. Let me tell you, Chebukati will not be mad to declare someone who does not meet the threshold. If it's about democracy, the majority take it all, that is the fact. Even if you get endorsement of 6 billionaires, at the end of the day, they have been stealing the wealth of this since 1963. Then it bear no impact. Let me tell you, Raila will fall like an old elephant. And I'm telling you, we are here. We are going to witness. If he can manage, he can only be number 3. And I'm telling you, because I don't see any chance for him.
Okay. Watu wa Mlima Kenya ndio wale watu wenye wanamiliki biashara kubwa kubwa na investment kubwa kubwa kwa nchi, na hiyo ni ukweli, sababu ukiangalia kuna bank tunaita Equity. Equity Bank is a major bank, is a giant bank in East Africa now, na Equity Bank inashughulikia mwananchi yeyote bila kubagua. Hata sasa hivi kuna ile kitu inaitwa scholarship, ile yenye inashughulikia mwanafunzi ule mwenye amepata B and A score in form 4, anaweza funzwa apewe scholarship kila region bila kubagua. So mimi nimeshukuru watu wa Mount Kenya kukaa chini na kuangalia na kufocus hii nchi itabaki kwa mkono gani. Kwa hivyo mambo yao ya kuja pamoja na kuhakikisha kwamba wameambia president mahali wenye wanataka, hiyo ni jambo la maana, sababu tusidanganyane, watu ndio wana control economy ya Kenya. Mtu yote mwenye atatoka hapa na aseme ya kwamba watu hawana ushawishi, they cannot, that is a liar.
Some loyal leaders aligned to the DP while the DP was in Western Kenya advised Musalia to join the DP camp. Will this be a good political move to Musa Mudavadi, or will it end him political wise?
I can even clap for someone who advised Musalia, because Musalia is like an old ostrich trying to run very fast, but he cannot even be able alone. We know his vote, 357,000 previous from the previous election that we've had. And even today, the supremacy Mudavadi used to enjoy is no longer there. Even Metangula is a bit sharp than him. And I don't think the Kenya we have today, we have business to do with someone like Mudavadi. Mudavadi, if we want to be someone and somewhere in the government, I think he can work with the DP. DP, at least DP has the stamina, he has got financial muscles. That is the person who can speak himself without relying on other forces. And we have seen. So Musalia, I think Musalia, the best person he can work with, maybe DP if you want to be somebody. Otherwise, let him continue being the way he is. And let him not forget, we are reminding him, makaburi zinauliza pesa ya makaburi ilienda wapi. Mavoko cemetery. Hiyo ni skando ingine na golden. So already he have tinted himself. So you cannot sell Musalia. Musalia ni kama nyama ya nguruwe pale Mecca ama Dubai. Haina customer.
Mudavadi is not a strong contender in this presidential election because the last time he vied, he garnered less than 500,000. That was less than 500,000. So the idea is, if he could join either camp, maybe Baba's camp or DP's camp, that could give him some kind of mileage. But going it alone, or Oka going it alone, does not mark any impact because we see this election has shaped out and it's between two top contenders. That's DP William Ruto and Baba. So if Musalia wants to be relevant in this election, he should make up his mind pretty fast and either join DP's camp or Baba's camp. That might make some kind of impact on his political career.
Hapa Kenya, kila mtu has got his democratic right. Akona demokrasia yake, haki ya kidemokrasia ya kuunga mahali popote anajisikia nayo mkono. Advice yenye ningependa jamii ya Waluhya ku-advise Musalia, because tukiangalia in future, mimi I disqualify DP Ruto totally. But I can praise Musalia because Musalia is a good leader. Musalia can lead this country in future. And before he take decision to join DP, what he must do first, he must first lay his ground politically, nationwide. Because what Musalia lack, Musalia has got no political nationwide. So it is his decision to akiamua kujoin DP. It's not bad because it is his political right to do so. That is what I can say.
If Musalia decide today to move to join the UDA and be the running mate for William Samoei Ruto, because William Ruto is very, very ambitious. He can't support Musalia to be the president. Is it that Musalia will support Ruto to be the president? Musalia comes from Western region, right? And Ruto is on Rift Valley. The question you should ask is, will they be able to marshal numbers that will enable them to win the 2022 presidential seat? That is the big question Musalia should ask himself. Because if Musalia will be able to move out of Voka, it means the other guys, Kalonzo, Gideon, and Weta, they will also find a place to go. Because everyone is thinking after 2022, what will I be? What will I get? Everyone is interested in, everyone has got interest and is concerned about what he will get about 2022. Now, I'm telling you, Musalia, there is no problem. But I don't support that. If they want to move to Ruto, Musalia, let them move as Hoka, but not as Musalia alone. Because if history is anything to go by, look at 2013. Musalia went all the way to the ballot. What did he manage to get? Raila was on ballot. And Raila managed to beat Musalia, even in his backyard. Now, there is this wave and this narrative which people are saying that Western region has changed and they are supporting Musalia. They are telling him, Musalia, go up to presidency. Go until 2022, go until to the ballot. Now, if you go until to the ballot, you will go, yes. But will you manage to win the seat? because Western region is so divided. In fact, they don't have a lot of kingpin. They don't have like very strong kingpin, because you understand and you remember that it took the hands of Francis Atwoli to mobilize the Lugos. There is nothing lawyers to make Musalia kingpin.
What is going to be the Gideon Moi factor in the 2022 general elections? What do you think he brings to the table?
Gideon is the senator for Baringo, and he was selected by some votes, not very many. So if at all he joins either camp, he can still come with some votes. That is the votes that he can garner from his wider Baringo, and by extension, Gideon, his party KANU has got the most resources. We are told KANU is the richest political party in this country. So if at all he comes with that monetary muscle, he can really help in maybe financing elections, and that is something that we cannot wish away. To be honest, DP Ruto has got maybe some kind of war chest. We speak of campaign war chest to bankroll his campaign. He's speaking of in excess of 20B. To be precise, he's speaking of 25B. We on the camp of Baba, we are speaking of something between 15B and 20B. And to be frank, the elections we are going to face is going to be the most expensive election to be conducted in the recent history. So the idea is if Nani comes, Gideon, we expect him to really help us in really managing our campaigns and possibly chip in and also support us financially in this kind of endeavor.
Gideon Moi is a prince. He has the money. He has the financial muscle. He may not be very charismatic when it comes to selling the agenda of Hoka or any political movement he is going to join. But the guy has financial muscles. He will going to finance the campaign. He can be able to buy choppers. He can be able to campaign materials, branding. All that is what Gideon Moi is bringing on the table. And it's very important. You cannot move, you cannot, if you are a serious candidate, you must look for where you will get the source of money, because branding, it entails money, it entails t-shirts, it entails printing materials, banners, all that. And it requires finance. You have to buy some lunch for people, sometimes for meetings for people. That is what Gideon Moi is bringing on the table. Number two, don't overrate, some people are overrating Gideon Moi. They are saying that he's not charismatic, he can't even kill fly. We may agree with that, but let me tell you something. In politics, even one vote can make a difference. In Baringo, if he manages to get at least 500,000 votes, that is something. That is something. So, on the higher part, what I know is that Gideon will be able to bring finances in any camp he will join.
He's nobody. I can even be very famous compared with what Moi has is only money. But mwambie kuja tukutane marikiti saa hii. Nisimame chairman asimame uone nikimpiga dafulao. What is now Moi? Moi is nothing. Even expressing himself in a cloud, it's a big problem. Then he want to intend like Kenya is the kiosk. You know, he has that pride that Kenya is the Moi's kiosk and the dynasty's kiosk, you know. So Moi is something, to me, Moi is just minute. He has no value to this country. In fact, he is nobody. You are even more than Moi. Unaweza penya ground na tukusikie. What is this now thing calling Moi?
Yes, Gideon Moi has got what we call political momentum. Now, if I speak about political momentum, Gideon, on his own ambition, he sees as if he can be president in the future. So when you have something in your motion, you can do it. It's right, because there are so many people who are in this country, and they can be leaders, but they keep calm. So Gideon, the decision of Gideon is good. So if he play his part very well, political very well, bring Kalenjins together, bring all Kenyans together, not only Kalenjins, Gideon is, I hope Gideon is going better. Yes.
Political parties are starting to develop from regions. Is this a good idea? Will this build up democracy, or will it dig a deeper hole than we are already in? What do you think? Let's know your views.
No, you cannot come over that, because our current constitution allows that one. Even me, I can start my political party. But the only thing which can secure us on that is this what we call Azimio la Umoja. You find a way to bring all these political regions together so that you can find the way of governing the country. But if you overturn them or you dismantle them, there will be no way you can lead the country or you can lead anywhere, because even their members will demand, we as a certain political party, what are we going to gain in your government? As our constitution says very well, ya kwamba, says very well that everybody has the right to start his political party. Yes.
It's a big kind of progress because people are speaking of these parties, we call them small parties, as ethnic parties or tribal parties. It's good for democratic space because these parties will produce MCS, MPs, and also other leaders. So we find that every leader who wants to maybe ascend to the highest office of the land must reach out to these small parties and form a coalition. So this time around, it's a matter of coalition, forming of coalition from the small parties to the bigger parties. And also on the bill, when this bill goes through, these small parties will receive some funding, and that's a plus on our democratic space.
That's a good idea, because our constitution supports that. Before 1992, people were suffering. The likes of Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, the likes of Noah Wekesa, the likes of Matiba. They were fighting for the second liberation of this country. They were fighting for multipartyism. We are in developing or growing democracy. So if you have got some interest for your people, for your region, come and form an agenda and sell it to the people. If they buy it, they can elect you. There is nothing bad with forming political party. But now making them to be regional, like tribal, that is a bad thing. Like this is, we say like this for a certain region. No. It should be of the national picture and telling all people, because this country, if we are forming political party, I believe is for the better interest of every Kenyan, not only for specific people. So that is where growth begins. So there is nothing bad with forming regional political parties, because they are going to help those people to at least get some something to, or political vehicle to campaign with. Because you understand that these big political parties, they have no democracy. So where will those candidates go if they are denied the nomination? The place to run is for those other political parties, and that is what is enshrined in our Constitution 2020, which is very good, and I support it 100%.
It is the most poorest idea. Why do you need to divide people? If people want Samoe or my candidate Mutiora Carriera, the youngest presidential contender, let people follow whoever they want, but don't classify people from their region because you want Nyanza and Mount Kenya and I don't know where to Azimio la Mawe. No, wacha wakuje kwa debe. William Ruto simama, Muthiora Carriera simama, Raila Amolo Odinga simama. Let the Kenya come and cast their votes. Then the majority take it all. Yeah, hii story ya kutuambia hapa tuganisha wa Kenya, hiyo ndio watuta. Na let me tell you, any slight mistake the Azimio la Mawe can never do is trying to come up with that formula. Deputy will gain more than 11 million. Wacha waendelee kucheza hiyo mchezo wanaleta. I'm telling you, I'm with you here.
Now that has been it from our side today on the public opinion. What do you think? Feel free to share your views in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and share this video to others so that they too can experience the magic you're experiencing. Until next time, keep it the Herman Manyora channel. Thank you and God bless you.